There are 4 traps that people at any age need to watch out for. Not like reading, but loving to overthink, liking independence while wanting freedom, having no money but talking about the true love, lacking execution but while wanting to get rich. Falling into any of these traps will either kill you or seriously injure you. Let me break them down for you one by one. First, not like reading, but loving to overthink. Thinking is really a good habit, but excessive exploration of the spiritual world is very dangerous for anyone. Reading isn't necessarily about discovering truth, acquiring specific skills. Books, especially timeless classics, record and preserve different perspectives and viewpoints from the people from across different areas. The meaning of reading is helping you to realize that any thought you have, someone has thought it before. Any experience you had, someone else has encountered it before. So you are not alone. When you immerse yourself into excessive thinking without life experience to support it, once you cross that line, life slides into nihilism and followed by endless internal conflict. So in your own self-justifying logic, everyone looks wrong to you, and the whole society seems to be targeting you. There is no such a thing called sudden enlightenment, only gradual understanding through practice that will work out. Second, not being independent but still wanting freedom. I hope you really can realize the true freedom is built on the independent personality and independent decision-making system. And a people isn't freer the more money they have, or the freer the more power they have. On the contrary, most of the time, the more you own, the more burdened you become, and the less free you feel. The more you use the power to get special treatment, but forget that your power has granted a certain group. When you don't use that power to serve collective interests, but to seek personal gain, you will inevitably be consumed by that power. You want to use wealth to satisfy your material desires, but desires are insatisfiable. There are thresholds for satisfaction through consumption. Keeps rising until your wealth isn't enough or your earning speed can't catch up. That's why no matter how much money you make, it's never enough to spend. The true freedom isn't about being able to do whatever you want, but being able not to do whatever you not want to do. So the prerequisite for freedom is determination, your ability and your qualification to refuse. Money and power aren't the prerequisite for freedom. The mental strength gained through the sufficient independence is the ultimate power of the being strong, not being swept away by your living environment, not being distracted by the other's actions, not being driven by the other's desires. That's what we call true freedom. Third, having no money but talking about the true love. Someone once asked me, Sifu, is love without a strong material foundation really true love? Well, I really want to say, you really need to understand the differences between the liking and the love. Liking is about taking, but love requires letting go. Liking wants to possess, love nurtures. Liking can be indulgent, but love must be restrained. Liking is just about feelings, but love means taking responsibilities. All of this points to one inevitability. Love can never be separated from material foundation. In this realistic society, most love has conditions, and all responsibility comes with a price. Economics definitely isn't a prerequisite for love, but it's certainly a condition for maintaining love. So don't casually express love recklessly. Light love isn't worth mentioning. Real love is heavy, requires strong shoulders to carry it. Fourth, lacking execution but wanting to get rich. This world never lacks smart people, or does it lack insightful thinkers? But look at around you who consistently stay rich. Are any of them their so-called clever types? They all seem similar. Humble in character, honest in dealings, not afraid of taking losses but rarely getting food. And most importantly, They are all extremely strong execution. When they think of something, they definitely start doing it. There is really no such a thing as a perfect preparation. They understand that thinking creates problems, but doing creates answers. Minimum cost, fast implementation, trial and error irritation, small steps but fast progress. And the next statement is very important. Just take a really think about it carefully. Most of the light things we have done in our lifetime were probably due to the luck, while the wrong things we did truly reflected with our own actual abilities. Nobody goes tough life without making mistakes. Those people who seem to have done many things right, they have definitely made far more mistakes than you can imagine behind the scenes than we can see it. Don't stop moving forward because you are afraid of making mistakes, and don't use insufficient preparation as an excuse for inaction. The sun is endless, but if you want to reach the mountain, you have to endure this process. Starting the journey is far more important than reaching the final destination.